Welcome back to math. Today, Module 4, Lesson 28. We're going to be writing equations and word problems that correspond to things that we see like this. So here we have this problem in our book, and I'm going to ask a question. Yours probably just says 5M up there, right? Well, does it say anything else? Does it say that you have 5 meters of rope? No? So let's pretend. We have 5 meters of rope. I don't know why I have ropes. Ropes is not right. Let's go with that again. Okay, we have 5 meters of rope. It's cut into fourths. There's a whole bunch of them missing here, aren't there? And then we have a fourth down here. So this means these are all cut into fourths. But we're trying to find out what? How many fourths in total, right? So, let's do it. I'm going to erase this. How could I do this? Well, what if I cut this into 5 pieces to show our 5 meters, right? All right, so what I did is I took my 5 meters of rope and I cut it in. I'm going to call each one of these 1 meter. So this would be 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, and 1 meter. How many meters do I have? I've got 5 meters. Okay, now I'm going to take my meters and I'm going to cut them up into what? What do I need to cut them up into? I need to cut them up into fourths. So let's cut them into fourths. I'm going to cut it in half and I'm going to cut up my half in half, right? And this is the way I'm going to do it all the way across. What am I doing here? Is this a multiplication problem? Is this a dividing problem? What kind of problem is this? I hope you're saying this is a dividing problem since we're cutting it up. So we have our 5. We're going to divide it by 1/4, right? Fourths. So we're going to cut this one up into half, fourths, cut my half into half, fourths, cut my half into halves, fourths, cut my in half, cut the half in half, fourths. How many fourths do you think I have? Well, we could count them individually, couldn't we? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So I've got 4 fourths. This would be 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 4 plus 4 is 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I have how many fours? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 fours, 20. So far, so good? Makes sense? So I have 20 fourths, don't I? So how would I go about doing this problem? Well, I taught you guys that we can do this. And what am I going to do with my fourth? I'm going to flip it over. 4 goes on top. 1 goes on bottom. Since I flipped over this, I made the opposite. I need to make the opposite sign of multiplication. And this is going to give me 5 times 4 equals 20. 1 times 1 is 1. 20 over 1 is what? 20, right. So I have 20 fourths. There's my 24ths, right there. What if I said, let's check our answer to make sure it's right. I have 20 fourths, right? I could do this, couldn't I? Sure. I put a 1 under the 20. 20 times 1 is 20. 1 times 4 is 4. What goes on the inside of the house? 20. What goes on the outside? 4. How many 4s are in 2? 0. How many 4s are in 20? 5. 4 times 5 is 20. I subtract, sister subtracts, and I've got nothing to bring down. What's my answer? 5. That goes in here. Is this the number we started with on top up here? Yes. Now the only thing that could be tricky about a problem like this is if they said, what would be the centimeters of this thing? We could figure that out, but that's a different problem. It's not very hard though, would it be? Would that be very hard? If I wanted to say 1/4 of a meter is how many centimeters? Well, a meter is how long? Meters is 100 of the centimeters, is that correct? And what's 1/4 of 100? You guys know this. It's the same as 1/4, 25. So each one of these are going to be 25 centimeters, right? And we could figure out whatever we needed to if we put 25 in each one of these boxes. We could even figure out that kind of a problem, right? It'd be easy to do. So 25 centimeters is 1/4 of a meter. We didn't need to know this, but I just thought I'd throw it in. Why not? It's one of those days. It's sunny outside, and I'm feeling great. So could we make up a problem for this? I could say, yeah, I could say Mr. McGuire has 5 meters of rope. He wants to cut it into fourths. How many fourths will he have? You would say 20. And I'd say, okay, I've got 20 students in my class. How much of the rope can I give them? I can each give them 1/4 of a meter, right? 1/4 of a meter each. That would be easy. All right, well, I know it sounds kind of simple, but that's the way these problems kind of work. I love math!